Hi, everyone. Welcome to the On Point Woman with Dr. Ronnie. I'm Dr. Ronnie Adesanya, and I'm excited to always have something to tell you. And today, we started a series with my very good friend, my own makeup artist. I call her my celebrity makeup artist because that's what she does. None other than our very own Angela Lynn Ware. Angela, welcome again. She's a hairdresser and a makeup artist. She's an expert, all-rounded woman. She is very, very smart lady who has given her life to follow her passion. And when I asked her, what are you going to be sharing about? She said, going after your dreams. And I don't think there's any other person better to share on such a topic other than Angela. She is a living testament of God's faithfulness and how to pursue your dream, your passion, keeping God as the center of it all, because without God, you can't do much. Angela, welcome to the studio again. How are you doing today?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for having me.
So today you're going to continue, you're going to have all the time you want. And today you're going to help us understand how you navigated the challenges and obstacles in pursuing your career. So I'm going to let you start off today. It's good to always speak with you. You are really an inspiration. And I trust God that today's session, you really will empower all those beautiful young girls out there to know there is a future for them. Go ahead.
How do you navigate challenges? Well, challenges will come in so many fashions. So I could go on and on and on. But in short, I think that in navigating your challenges that come up against you is to never give up.
Yeah.
If I could sum it up, it would be to always go after what you want. Realize that there are no ceilings but the ones that you erect. There's no one that's standing in your way but you.
Hmm.
No is not an answer. No is a response. There is always, there's always another way. So if this door doesn't open, knock on the next one. If that one doesn't open, knock on the next one. You keep knocking and one door is bound to open. So continue to hone your craft, go after what you want. Don't accept no, be consistent, and it will be yours.
I like the way you said it, that no is a response, it's not an answer. It's very important. Can you explain what you mean by that so people can grasp that? Because, people are used to, oh, I got a no for an answer, but you're saying no. No, it's just a response. It's not the answer. And I really wanted to please expand on that because I want the young people especially to understand that, especially because one of the things I believe, I always tell people is it doesn't matter how many failures you've had. It takes one success to wipe off all the failures. And that's what I'm hearing you put in another form, saying no is a response, it's not an answer. Can you help people understand that a little more?
Yeah, I think that failure, first, the way you look at things, perspective is everything. Life is an equation. So A
There
plus
you go in
B,
math.
you know my love. So A plus B is going to equal C. But if you change one of the factors, the outcome is going to be different. So I always tell people that if you change your outlook, the outcome has no choice but to be different. It's
That's
what
right.
you're putting in versus what you're going to get out. So never stop giving, never stop looking, never stop pursuing, never stop seeking. You just got to keep going and it will come. So coming back to the no, I'll give you an example. So my first agent, I was a part of a pro team, and a friend of mine that I had done an internship, she had made this protein. And so I asked her to ask the head of the team if there was room for me. And he told her no. And she screenshot the email and she sent it to me. Well, inside of that, that now meant that I had his email address.
That's right.
So I emailed him myself on my own behalf, and I asked him to just grant me a meeting, and he agreed. So I came all the way from Philadelphia to Columbus Circle. Took me about 2 hours and some change to get there. And he was late, but I sat there and I waited. And we had this meeting, and I bought my portfolio, the portfolio I was telling you about that I took 13 hours to make. And I presented it to him. And at this point, I had probably had a little bit of other work behind my belt. And he said, no, I don't have room for you at this time on my team. But if anything should come up, I'll call you. About a week passed, and not only did he call me, but he offered me 2 jobs. And
then God.
Here we are, probably about 6 years, 7 years later, and he's no longer my agent. We are equivalent. We are parallel colleagues now.
Wow. Wow. You know, one of the things that I know you must have encountered is opposition as a woman of color, you know, in your industry. How have you been able to deal with that? You know, it's not every client. I'm sure there are clients that you show up as their makeup artist, they're like, no. You understand? They may not say it, they may act it. Tell us what your experience has been in dealing with people, knowing that some of them don't care that you be their expert, yet they don't have a choice. How have you been able to navigate that? Because these are the challenges, whether we like it, we're going to face in life. And we must know how to navigate and look beyond our color to get to goal.
Well, I'll be honest that my opposition doesn't usually come from talent. It doesn't usually come from the celebrity or the model or any of that. My opposition usually comes with someone in my department. So it's usually the head of the department if I'm the key. So in my industry, it's department head and key. The department head is usually the person that's running the show, and the key is the second in command. Okay. So usually if I'm working with someone who is not a person of color, it's, oh, you're coming for my job, or, you know, you just bring things, especially if the cast has people of color. There are things that as a person of color, you can relate to. Culture, upbringing, music, relationships, that being outside of that, you just can't attest to. So there's always going to be this link that is not understood by people who don't share the same cultural background. Yes. So some of that is just innate. It's not, excuse me, it's not, I'm seeking to do something, I'm seeking to take something from you, because I can't have what God has purposed for your life. I only want what God has predestined for me. And if I get what's been designed for you, it won't be blessed anyway. So I'm only here to help, to do my job, to make the department look good as a whole. So that's always my perspective when I'm confronted with you're here because you're Black, or we needed diversity on our team, or something like that. I still just come with, I'm qualified, I'm here because I'm supposed to be. You didn't ask me here. I was appointed to be in this place, and you can't take that away. So it's not always easy.
Please say that again, because I want people to hear that you are here because it's your, I need you to please repeat that, because I want people to understand how to navigate when they're faced with challenges. Because this happens every day.
You're here by divine appointment, and can nobody or nothing take that away. What God has for you it's for you. That's it,
Right.
period, point blank. And nobody can take that. And when people try to stand in the way of that, God is just going to knock it down and elevate you even higher. So
Amen.
even when you have those hard times, and I've had times where I've gone home unhappy. I won't say how unhappy, but I'm sure you can pick up what I'm putting down.
Yes. Mhm.
But you never let them see you sweat. You
That's
never um you never break. If it's that heavy, you step away, you find your closet, you get yourself together, and then you re-emerge. But
that's
you
right.
never let people get the best of you, because you're where you're supposed to be. And every place that you are is the preparation for what's to come. So we have to go through some things to get to some places, and they aren't always easy.
That's
Sometimes
right.
the hard things are what we need, because when we get to the place that we actually need, that for what we went through, is the preparation. So now you can handle whatever this thing is, because you went through that thing prior to. You can't see it when you're going through it, but when you get to the other side, you'll understand why.
That's right. Thank you so much. That is such a powerful explanation on how to navigate. It's very important for every one of you listening to this message to understand you're where you are because God wanted you there. Don't let anybody make you feel you are there because of them, or you are there because of your color. And it's true, a lot of times people say, oh, we're trying to make sure we fulfill the diversity concept. That's why you're here. No, you're here because God had proposed it that you will be here at this time in your career. And you need to understand that. And like, I like what you said, that people cannot afford to show their weakness to the enemy. Pretty much. You can't afford that. You've got to learn to recalibrate. Go into your closet. If you need to cry, cry, and then come back out with all smiles as if nothing happened.
Absolutely.
Because if you don't learn to pull yourself together and the enemy can push your button, oh, Lord help you.
They will continue to
Yeah,
push, push, and push until you break. And I'm not here to break for anybody. I'm here for a purpose. I have a goal. I'm going to achieve my goals, and nobody's going to stand in the way of that. And you have to stay focused. You have to stay focused, because trouble don't last always, and joy comes in the morning. So this is just a moment in time. So you endure it for the moment, but that moment will shortly pass.
thank you for that, because one of the things that I know a lot of people don't realize, that no matter how successful you are, you must have gone through stuff to become successful.
When
And
I tell you that at the level I am now, I experience more trauma than I did when I was simply just in the salon.
yep. And I can't agree with you more, because it's very true. And one of the things that came to mind that I wanted to see if you can speak to that before we wrap up today's session is, how do you navigate as a leader? Because I know you're a team leader yourself. When you work with people, the subordinates, for lack of a better way to put it, the people that report to you directly, and they're being condescending because whatever reason, how do you manage that as a leader, knowing you're fulfilling your purpose? Okay. I know that's
So
the funny one.
I just don't want to sound like arrogant, but as a department head today, as I do more and more department heading, more and more leading, and um, less being the support. First, I want to say, in order to be a good leader, you have to know how to follow.
That's right.
So my leadership has been honed and developed from some of the less pleasant experiences that I've had. And knowing what that did to me, and knowing how I wouldn't want anyone to
Feel that way.
experience that
Yeah.
at the hands of me, I have tailored my leadership style to be counter that. So I've been fortunate, and I'm blessed that when I vet people to be on my team, I don't really have that kind of pushback. And if I do, and it does not work, it's not coherent, it's not a asset to the team, I don't have any problem letting someone go. You will be here because you purposed in your heart to be here.
Yeah.
And you can tell when people are just not fully committed. And a lot of times when you read the credits, all you see is the department head. So you don't see the other people that necessarily contributed to the team. So people will assume that it's all you. And if it's going to be a reflection of me, then I have to have the best of the best on my team. And I need you to bring your best, not just skill wise, because there's a million of us out here who could do hair and or makeup, but you have to bring your best representation of you. You have to bring your best professionalism, your set etiquette, your personality has to mesh, because we spend 12 to 16 hours together every day, 5 days a week. You have to be able to get along with the people that you work with. And I don't have any problem inviting someone to exit if they don't bring something to the team that is uplifting and helping us build something cohesive.
Yes, that's very, because I know you did talk about negative energy. We'll talk about that the next session. I'm not going to pry now, but we do that next time. Thank you again, Angela. It's been a pleasure having you. And I can't wait for you to continue the conversation. Have a good one. God bless you. Bye-bye.